In this video,
you're gonna get some booty gains.
And it's a full workout, so stay tuned. Welcome to DadBod Fitness. If you and I are just meeting, my name is David, and that's my sister, Janae. But if you're a parent or especially a dad who's looking to stay fit and to build some muscle or some booty, then this channel has some awesome tips and strategies for you. And I want to inspire your change, motivate your transformation, and help you to share that adventure with your family. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So all right, I've got my sister Janae here. This is a video that I promised you quite some time ago.
Like a year ago.
Shh. So we're now actually going to be going through this. This is something Janae has created and made up herself. Smashed a bunch of things together for some what activation?
Glute activation.
Glute activation.
Booty building.
For men, this applies to you too.
Oh yeah, girls like guys with a big butt too.
Exactly.
It's true.
So all right, here we go. All right, so welcome to this booty workout with my sister. This was actually a really intense workout. I was very surprised by the time we finished it. So what I'll do is really talk through any of the cues that you need to know for the different exercises that we're going to be doing, and also the special cues that Janae has come up with for these specific moves, just to make sure you're following along correctly and performing the moves safely. I'm so excited to bring this workout to you finally. As I had mentioned, it's been over a year now, but I'm really excited to be able to get this workout. So what Janae first wanted to start with is a warm-up, and I say warm-up with air quotes, as it was really to get some glute activation. However, it really ended up being a pretty intense warm-up. So to start, she wanted to do this side glute activation. So using a medium weight, hold it at your side and lift it to the side of you for about 10 to 12 reps. Hold the weight at your side, and then holding onto a chair or something for balance, just lift your leg out to the side. This warms up the glutes and it really hits the obliques as well. So really go for definitely a medium weight here to a light weight, because as I mentioned, this does get pretty intense for a warm-up. So if anything, you might want to go on the lighter side. Next is moving on to the ground and use a light weight for this. So while you're on all fours, on your hands and knees, pinch the weight in the back of your knee. I was a little worried about this, but it actually sits in pretty well. So if you pinch the weight behind your knee, swing your leg out to the side and aim for about 10 reps. This is really going to target the side of your glutes. Then immediately after that, go right into a kickback, still keeping that weight pinched behind you, and kick the weight back for about 10 reps. Kick your leg back with the weight, and then on the way down, really crunch your knee in towards your body. This is going to hit your abs as well. So then swap to the other side, and honestly this was incredibly difficult. By the end of this, it really starts to burn. If it's too much for you to start and you want to save some more power for later, try lowering the weight or doing just a couple less reps. One nice thing that I did really enjoy about this workout is just the fact that it was different. I tend to really enjoy doing the same training program for usually at least 4 months. And I really find enjoyment in increasing the weights, increasing the reps. But this was actually enjoyable to try something a little bit different. All right, so then take about 30 seconds to rest after that, and then lay on your side. Start with your hip on the ground, with your arm on your hip as well. And then using your obliques, lift your hips up and then lift your leg up as well. Complete 10 reps as well, or at least as many as you can do. Make sure you have a good pause point too as well. When you lift your hip up, pause, then lift your leg. Bring the leg back down, pause, and then lower your hips to the ground. Also, one additional cue is just to make sure to keep your shoulder blade, the shoulder blade of the arm that's resting on the floor, cinched and tight down to protect your rotator cuff. All right, so the next one is gonna be another warm-up move, again without weights, and you're gonna be laying on your back. Lift your butt off the ground so that you are up on your neck and shoulders. You're gonna perform a butterfly movement with your legs, opening them out for about 10 reps. After this, we've only got 2 more moves for the warm-up and then into the full workout. Like I said, you're gonna feel this by the end of the warm-up. So for this next move, start with a lighter weight. Don't go too heavy on this. Definitely keep it on the lighter end. So take a set of dumbbells and holding them at your shoulders, go into a squat and step/pivot back with one foot and squat. Do about 10 reps and then switch to the other side. And I'm telling you, this will burn. I mean, it really hit me hard. It's an intense warm-up. All right, so for the final move, it's a crab walk. So essentially, squat down and do a side crab walk, left and right, for about 4 steps right and then 4 steps left. Squat down and then side step for 4 steps to the right and 4 steps back to the left. Then repeat that once more. Shake it out after that and try to get real loose and ready for the first official booty move. This is a really awesome and intense smash up that Janae's put together. It's really the best of the best that she has found in her own research when trying to build a really good booty workout that's all encompassing for what she's looking for. And although, yes, it's a booty workout, but it's gonna nail your hamstrings, your quads, and your calves as well. Okay, so the first official booty move is a squat walk. If you wanna be efficient and shoot for hypertrophy, use a very heavy weight. Really make sure you can really feel the burn and hardly complete it by the end. Perform a squat walk holding the weight in front of you and move forward and back 3 steps. Take the 3 steps forward, then perform a basic squat about 2 to 3 times. Pause, turn around, and then go back the other way another 3 steps. Essentially, it's only 2 sets, so make them count. Once you're done with that, take a break, take a breather, and then go ahead and repeat it back into it. Moving forward 3 steps, pause, squat, and then move back 3 steps. Pause and squat. All right, so next up is sumo squats, which I'm sure you've done sumo squats before. So really, Janae likes to shoot for about 10 to 12 reps. If you're short on time, which we parents typically are, I would even recommend about 5 to 7 reps if you have a heavy enough weight to reach about 1 to 2 reps short of failure within that 5 to 7 rep range. If not, work with what you got. As long as you're doing more, the next time around, it's still gonna be providing your body enough stimulus for hypertrophy. So holding the weights right at your shoulders and positioning your feet in a sumo squat position with the toes pointed out, squat down into a sumo squat. Now this was only 1 set, and I would love to probably add at least 1 more set in there as well. So once you finish this, I would recommend tacking on 1 more set with at least 5 to 7 reps. Or you could even drop the weight a little bit and shoot more for that 10 to 12 rep range. All right, so next up, Janae led us in step-ups. If you have a sturdy bench or box that you can use to step up on, that would be perfect, as long as it's sturdy and as long as it's safe. In my case, I didn't have anything that I could use at that moment, so you can mimic the move without actually stepping up onto anything. It's gonna be slightly different, but it's still gonna work the muscles in a similar way. Aim for about 10 to 12 reps per Janae's recommendation. But again, I'll throw out my caveat in there that if you want to be fast, lift heavier and aim for about 5 to 7 reps. I did a variation of my own for the step-ups. So typically, if I'm lifting really heavy and I don't feel comfortable or have a really great form stepping up onto a box, I'll actually do them on the floor in this manner where I'm going from basically a reverse lunge, moving up, lifting my leg into the air. and it's gonna mimic that same tension on the leg that's planted. Janae had a great cue as well for these to ensure that you're really feeling it in the butt. When you step, put the weight in your heels. This will help you put more emphasis on your glutes, and when I did it, I actually noticed a very significant difference. So next up are hip dips. Both feet are going to be on the ground for these, and using a couch or even a sofa chair or even a bench to place your shoulders on will be ideal. Hopefully you want something that's a little bit soft for your shoulders, but in my case I made the bench work and it really isn't too bad. So place your shoulders, your shoulder blades, on the chair, couch, or bench, whatever you're using, while holding the weight on your hip bones. Spread your legs open and open your feet slightly with your toes out. So again, Janae's program aims for about 12 reps on this move. Right after this, move directly into the unilateral movement. By keeping the toes of one foot up, so putting the pressure on your heel, and then putting the weight into the other leg. This really helps isolate the movement in one side. Once again, shoot for about 10 reps. And what you should find when doing these unilateral movements is that you can more easily identify where you might have some sticking points or weak points within one side. And you can help train out those imbalances by isolating each leg. Okay, so the next exercise is to work more of the sides of your glutes. So once again, find something like a chair or a bench or something that you can put your legs up on, and something that's sturdy enough that you can keep your heels down on. So with your heels up on that chair or bench or whatever it is, keep your knees bent at about 90 degrees. And lift your butt up, and then open your legs outward, all while holding a weight on your hips. You will notice that the weight has a tendency to really kind of fall back into your chest. So a lot of the tension is being directed backward, but you still get a really good burn. Once again, for this, Janae's recommendation is to aim for about 10 to 12 reps. All right, so the final exercise can be considered more of a burnout or a as many reps as possible idea. So in the same position, again, you're gonna keep one leg now on the bench or the chair with the heel down. Then lift up the opposite leg and lift up and squeeze into the air. Again, this is gonna help you isolate any kind of weaknesses or sticking points, since when you're working one leg, you're really gonna be able to hone in and get that mind-muscle connection to make sure you're working it just right. Janae then recommended a cool down or a shakeout just to keep loose. She also recommended throwing in just a few jump squats without any weight, just to kind of keep things loose. So all around, I was really impressed with this workout. Really good burn, and I absolutely know that you could build a significant butt and legs and hamstrings with this workout as long as you're still incorporating that hypertrophy aspect in there by increasing the weight, increasing the reps, speeding up the amount of time that you're doing the workout in. There's a lot of different ways to ensure you're getting hypertrophy. So highly recommend giving this a try. In the comments below, I would love to hear how this went when you tried it. That was more than I thought.
Just kidding, we didn't work on arms, we worked on our butt. I gotta flex my butt.
There you go. For some reason, I had this idea that it was going to be like high rep, high volume, lower weight, and higher weight. But like seriously, like even if you wanted to add hypertrophy to this even more, because as long as you're doing more than you did the week before, it's still hypertrophy.
You can make it your own.
Yeah.
That's really what I did.
Add
I
a
took
set.
A bunch of YouTube videos that I liked, smashed them together, kind of put my own twist to it.
Try this. Let me know in the comments below if you try this. Try this with your spouse or with a friend. I would love to hear. Ooh, yeah, there you go.
At the end of the month.
There you go.
Oh, and don't forget protein.
And hey, also shout out to Janae as well. She has a YouTube channel and an Instagram.
Yep. Instagram is Janae _Jenna _. We'll put the spelling because the spelling is whacked out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And what's your YouTube channel?
YouTube is also Janae Jenna, and I do some music covers, mostly originals.
So definitely check those out. As always, be intentional and bring the intensity, and I cannot wait to see you on the next video.